me. I like that. When I was young, I had 2 pair of leaves. Besides that, the pinstripes and the gray. The one I wore on Mondays and Wednesdays. While niggas flirt, I'm sewing tigers on my shirt and alligators. You wanna see the inside? I see you later. They come the drama. Oh, that's that nigga with the fake. Wow, why you punch me in my face? Stay in your place, play your position. Here come my intuition. Go in this nigga pocket, rob him while his friends watch it. And hoes clock it. Here comes respect. His crew's your crew, or they might be next. Look at they man, big man, they never try, so we roll with them. Stole with them, I mean loyalty. Niggas bought me milks at lunch. The milks with chocolate, the cookies, butter crunch, 80 lunch, 80 lunch. Long as I got stuff from most of them soft. Even when I was wrong, I got my point across. They depicted me the boss. Of course, my orange box cutter make the world go round. Plus I'm fucking bitches ain't my homegirls now. Start stacking, dabbled in crack, gun packing. Nickname Medina, made the scenes, took my Ninas. From gym class to in-glass, pass off for global. The only nigga with a mobile. Can't you see like total? Getting larger in waist and taste. Ain't no telling where this felon is heading. Just in case, keep a shell at the tip of your melon. Clear the space. Your brain was a terrible thing to waste. Realizing to master enterprise and I ain't have to be in school by 10. I then began to encounter with my counterparts on how to burn the block apart. Break it down into sections. Drugs by these selections. Some use pipes, others use injections. Syringe sold separately. Frank the deputy, quick to grab my Smith & Wesson like my dick was missing. To protect my position, my corner, my layer. While we out here, say the hustler's prayer. If the game shakes me or breaks me, I hope it makes me a better man. Take a better stand. Put money in my mom's hand. Get my daughter this college plan so she don't need no man. Stay far from timid. Only make moves when your heart's in it. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. Motherfucker. 88. is me. I like that. When I was young, I had 2 pair of leaves. Besides that, the pinstripes and the gray. The one I wore on Mondays and Wednesdays. While niggas flirt, I'm sewing tigers on my shirt and alligators. You wanna see the inside? I see you later. Here come the drama. Oh, that's that nigga with the fake. Wow, why you punch me in my face? Stay in your place, play your position. Here come my intuition. Go in this nigga pocket, rob him while his friends watch it, and hoes clock it. Here comes respect. His crew's your crew, or they might be next. Look at they man, big man, they never try, so we roll with them. I stole with them, I mean loyalty. Niggas bought me milks at lunch. The milks with chocolate, the cookies, butter crunch, 80. Long as I got stuff for most of them soft. Even when I was wrong, I got my point across. They depicted me the boss. Of course, my orange box cutter make the world go round. Plus I'm fucking bitches ain't my homegirls now. Start stacking, dabbled in crack, gun packing. Nickname Medina, made the scenes, took my Ninas. From gym class to in-glass, pass off for global. The only nigga with a mobile. Can't you see like total? Getting larger in waist and taste. Ain't no telling where this spelling is heading. Just in case, keep a shell at the tip of your melon. Clear the space. Your brain was a terrible thing to waste. Realizing to master enterprise, and I ain't have to be in school by 10. I then began to encounter with my counterparts of how to burn the block apart. Break it down into sections. Drugs by these selections. Some use pipes, others use injections. Syringe sold separately. Frank the deputy, quick to grab my Smith & Wesson like my dick was missing. To protect my position, my corner, my layer. While we out here, say the hustler's prayer. If the game shakes me or breaks me, I hope it makes me a better man. Take a better stand, put money in my mom's hand. Get my daughter this college plan, so she don't need no man. Stay far from timid, only make moves when your heart's in it. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. Motherfucker. 88. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. In my mom's hand, get my daughter this college plan, so she don't need no man. Stay far from timid, only make moves when your heart's in it, and live the phrase, sky's the limit. Never been as broke as me. I like that. When I was young, I had 2 pair of leaves. Besides that, the pinstripes and the gray. The one I wore on Mondays and Wednesdays. While niggas flirt, I'm sewing tigers on my shirt and alligators. You wanna see the inside? I see you later. Here come the drama. Oh, that's that nigga with the fake. Wow, Why you punch me in my face? Stay in your place, play your position. Here come my intuition. Go in this nigga pocket, rob him while his friends watch it. And hoes clock it. Here comes respect. His crew's your crew, or they might be next. Look at they man, big man, they never try, so we roll with them. I stole with them, I mean loyalty. Niggas bought me milks at lunch. The milks with chocolate, the cookies, butter crunch, 80.
All right. What is going on, guys? Yeah, apologize for the 11-minute stalling. Sir K had just showed me, Sir K addressed Durante's comment to me about Booker T having a podcast and showed me this stuff about Seth Rollins. What a dick.
Literally, what an idiot. Just erasing everything Seth done.
Yeah, what a dick. An easy way to the top, says Booker T for Seth Rollins.
Okay.
Jesus Christ. Yes. What is going on, guys? We are back with yet again another edition of the Notorious podcast, man. And this is episode 110 of the show. Isn't it crazy to think that it was already 8 weeks ago we had our 2-year anniversary?
That's nuts. I don't feel like 8 weeks ago.
No,
2 fucking months. Good Lord. This shit's nuts.
All, man. Wild, bruh. But, yes. If this is your first time watching, man, you guys do not know how this show works. Every Monday, we're on here with Notorious Unscripted, and every Friday at 4 p.m. Central, we are on here with the news, man. If you guys did miss this past Monday's edition of Notorious Unscripted, Sasha Banks and Naomi walk out on an already dying women's division in WWE. You can now find that on all platforms, man. Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and if you want to see it first, join us right here 10 p.m. Central, right after Monday Night Raw, more like 10:15-ish, for Notorious Unscripted, man. So, with that, before we get into that part, if you guys have not yet got your Notorious Heels podcast merchandise, the official merchandise shop is now up and live on bonfire.com. You can find the link in the description to this video, and you can also find it in the links on all my social medias, and obviously, as you know, the handle is right below my face. Johnny Mayhem NHP, pretty much on everything. TikTok, Twitter, Instagram. You can find that in my link tree there. Pretty much all my socials, pretty much. If you guys did not get it yet, man, on the left you got the base logo shirt, and on the right you have the best kept secret to the IWC, the Riddler-inspired IWC's Best Kept Secret shirt, man. You can now find that live, officially on Bonfire. Like I said, a link is in my link tree, which is on all my socials, and in the link to the description of this video, man. So, yes, also, if this is your first time watching, you guys do not know who we are here at the Notorious Heels podcast. I am Johnny Mayhem, one half of the hosts of this very show, and that's for the other half. We got my man Sir K here. How's it going, man?
It's going good, bro. It's going good. Just been chilling out. Just hanging out the last couple of days, bro. There was a stray dog today in the yard. They just took him. It seemed to be an older dog, so we think what most likely happened is we live off a main road, kinda. Someone probably just dumped him, so that sucks for him. I hope they find a family for the guy. But other than that, I'm just chilling, bro. I'm just hanging out, man. And Durante asked, how's life? How's the family? Everything's good, man. We're all good. Thank you, bro. How's everything for you? And how's family? And what about you, bro?
Oh, yeah, man. Everything's good. Everything's good with me, bro. I heard a dope-ass Mafia 4 rumor, but the rumor got shot down, so I was like really upset just right before we came on here. So the rumor was it's going to be a prelude to Mafia 1 Definitive Edition. Mm-hmm. So the rumor I was hearing is that you were supposed to play in Sicily as Don Salieri. The Don, the real Don.
Oh, shit.
And apparently it's not true. And I no, not him. Definitely not Stax.
Oh
Channing
God.
Lorenzo and Troy Donovan. Um,
What are those
um,
names?
no, man, you're supposed to play as the real Don, Mr. Salieri, but apparently not, man. So I'm kind of upset about that. Other than that, I'm good. I'm good, bro. And as Durante says he's good, so that's good to know. And yes, to answer his question, man, I'm good. Family's good, bro. Yes, and I'm glad you're doing good as well, bro. I'm glad you're doing good as well.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, man. But other than that, just kind of, yeah,
It
just
says,
chilling, bro.
question. What would y'all do if y'all met Bruce Pritchard in real life? Probably just laugh. That's probably what I would do at first. Just fucking laugh. And be like, no way. Then I'd try to go ask him some type of weird question just to fuck with him.
My
Fucking
answer is walk the other way. Um,
uh, just hey man.
yeah,
How's the pink slips coming? Who's getting released this year? Who's getting
yeah,
released this upcoming month?
yeah. Give me an insider. Who's getting
Who's getting
released this
inside,
month?
bro?
Why won't you release Sasha and Naomi?
Why won't you release Mustafa Ali? Why won't you
Exactly.
release Roderick Strong? These are the questions, man.
Seriously, bro. Seriously. Um. Shit. Since we kind of touched on this on Unscripted, I guess we could talk about this first.
Yeah, why not?
Brad Shepard on his Unleashed Patreon talked about the Judgment Day. He talked about this group that have become one of our biggest topics to talk about on Monday. And
Mhm.
quite honestly, thus far, I mean, some of it's good, but the majority of it is bad about the group.
Like
Uh,
like we always say, I get the trying for the group, but it just doesn't work.
no, man. It's like, and it annoys me every time I see the group because the group has all the tools to work, but
Exactly.
it's like we always bring it up, man. Like they're supposed to be like a cult, like a demonic
Mhm.
cult, right? Like a something like that, like some dark gothy kind of cult. Meanwhile, you have Edge talking like a fucking Menard salesman on trying to recruit talent for the group. You know what I
Literally,
mean?
bro.
Like
Like
the presentation is there. The delivery is the complete opposite. The delivery
exa-
of the group is not there at all. They talk like normal people. They act like normal people. Like
they just act
they,
disgruntled for no
yeah,
reason.
like dude, can you say something like
Cool.
cryptic? Like, I mean, like get fucking creative. I mean, just because it's cryptic doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be a direct ripoff of Bray Wyatt if you can find some kind of different way
Word your
to
shit.
steer it. And yeah,
Exactly.
but Brad Shepard, man, there's honestly been so many people. There's been Harland, who was supposed to join the group, which I don't know if that means Joe Gacy would come with him, but that's not a thing
Probably.
anymore. Um,
And you see the reason why he didn't and why they released him, apparently?
why is that?
They learned something that he did. And fucking the journalist that broke that just doesn't know the reason, but they found something he did that got him released.
So why
What
is
is it?
Gable Steveson?
Exactly. Why are so many people employed? Why was Velveteen Dream employed for the longest time?
Why is Austin Theory U.S. champ Jack the Gripper? Come on, man.
He
What's
really
going
is
on
Jack the
here?
Ripper, bro. It does not make sense,
They
bro.
found something he did.
What do you do
Okay.
fucking like what? What does that mean? That's why I
Well,
hate these fucking wrestling journalists, bro. They just make that like, bro, don't post that story until you know what he did. I don't get
that
it.
honestly, that's genuinely why I only like getting articles from like Ringside News or like
Hmm.
Sean Ross Sapp is because it's according to them or like Alvarez or Meltzer. Some of them, bro, will genuinely just put according to a source.
A
What
source.
the fuck does that mean?
That could mean literally anybody. I could be the source. Like,
Yeah.
bruh, come on.
So there's been countless amount of people. Harland was one of them, but I guess he did something.
They
Something
did
he did.
something.
Edge has been on a Instagram
Oh,
tirade. He posted pictures of Tommaso Ciampa, Paige, Corey Graves,
oh, dude, that
and
ew, ew, ew.
yeah. According to Brad Shepard on his Unleashed Patreon, he says the current creative plan calls for Finn Balor to turn on AJ Styles and join Edge's Judgment Day faction. I don't know when that is planned to happen. We will have to see. We'll have to wait and see when Finn Balor will turn on Styles and join Judgment Day. The idea of Balor and Styles teaming up hit a lot of fans in the feels, but WWE does not really cater to that kind of booking very often. It is likely to help Balor out in the long run. No, it's not.
No.
Finn Balor is going to be in a group, and if Edge is predicting, if Edge is manifesting all these people in his faction, you're going to have Edge, Damian Priest, Finn Balor, Tommaso Ciampa, and Corey Graves. 5 guys in the group. And
Five
although
singles guy.
yeah, exactly. Although I do like the concept of a bigger faction in WWE because in WWE, the only factions they give us are 3-man. And it's
Exactly.
like,
It'd be nice to get something bigger. Well,
yeah,
WWE booking, they can't book 5 singles men in the same faction. God no. They'll make
especially,
fucking Finn and Ciampa a tag team for no reason, and it's like, bruh.
exactly. And it's kind of like this. It's kind of like this with AEW too, where they have all these 3-man groups, and then when you add one group that's a 5, like the Jericho Appreciation Society,
It just
it
throws
like
everything.
just throws everything off because now you have to throw the Blackpool Combat Club in there. Where the fuck is Wheeler Yuta?
Dude, that's what I was saying during Wednesday. All I was saying was, where the fuck is Will Yuta?
That like the whole time I'm saying to myself, I'm like,
I get
uh,
he's
are we just?
technically in Japan right now, but what?
Oh, is he? That oh,
Yeah,
okay. That explains it. That
but like,
explains it. I would
still,
like
I
them
want
to
him
do
in this
some
feud.
explaining. Yeah,
Exactly.
honestly, and it's a fucked up situation because you have you have you have to, you know, nobody wants to see Homicide and Hernandez, so adding the Blackpool Combat Club into this feud was the right call, but they're a 3-man group too. So now you're adding
It's
two
a new.
factions that are now bigger than this 5-man faction, and it just throws everything off, man.
Mm,
It just throws everything off, and uh, man, I would have really liked Kevin Owens to be a free agent, and I think now would be the perfect time to have
mm,
him come in and help his best friend and possibly turn on him at Double or Nothing. That would have been
hell yeah,
sick.
that
That would
shit
have
would
been
be
sick.
nuts. But like, it just, it just throws everything. Like, if you let 2.0 and Garcia be their own 3-man thing, you could have had, fucking Jericho, Hager, and you could have thrown anybody in there if you want to make them a little 3-man. And then boom, 3-man, 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 3-man. Come on. And then if you want to combine factions, you combine 2 3-men, make 6. Instead of you have a 5-man faction and then a 2-man and then a 3-man, which makes 5, but there's actually like it's just so needless. Literally, that fucking Appreciation Society throws everything off. The
Yeah,
whole
it
show.
does. It really does. Yeah, I mean, But yeah, with the Judgment Day, you have all these all these people, man, and it's like, dude, you do remember how thin your roster is, correct? Like,
Exactly.
who's to say a Joe Gacy isn't gonna join this shit? Because the way he's been walking around with druids, it's like they completely just put their fingerprints all over whatever he had going on, and he's not like almost like Funhouse Bray to the point where he
Yeah.
was just like always like, acting
Happy.
like he's just this like happy guy. Now he's just evil, I guess.
And
I
they probably were looking at Harlan, found something he did, and released him, whatever the fuck that means. And then they noticed Joe Gacy, and they seen who he was, probably, and they're like, oh, okay, we could probably use him for that. Let's get him ready for that. Let's make him. But you know, WWE, they can't book something on their own, so they just copy Bray Wyatt, and just there they go. Doesn't make sense, man.
It doesn't, bro. So yeah, man, it looks like if Edge is actually manifesting all of these people into his group, it looks like this group is going to consist of 7 people.
Good
And,
lord.
like I said, I love this. I love that they're giving us a bigger group, man. But in the current state of WWE, I'm going to say it again, bro. How do you remember how thin your roster truly is, bro? Because it's
Exactly.
not that big.
It's really
Not at
not,
all.
bruh. So, I don't get it, man. I don't get it. Uh, and and like it's not great in AEW or 5-man faction, but at least they have the thing of other companies' factions that could come in and do
Yeah.
something. WWE
Yeah.
don't do that, so they don't got no option. If they don't have anyone to face them, they're screwed. Literally, their only other shot was the Bloodline, but you can't really do Naomi anymore because of
Fair.
obvious reasons. They aren't calling up fucking Solo Sokoa anytime soon. So who the hell are you gonna put in that group? That was the only other group you could make it bigger than a 3-man, and now
Well,
you can't.
yeah, exactly, man. They could do uh the Judgment Day versus Violent by Design.
Oh hell
WWE
no,
X Impact.
bro! I need to see it.
No, man, there's nobody for the fucking group to face. I don't know.
I don't know what
And
they're thinking.
you know who's gonna be the ones to end up taking them down?
Hmm.
Probably AJ Styles and a bunch of random
Random.
7-man people that accumulate to 7 people, just like they did
Hmm.
Cena versus the Nexus.
Exact.
It was
If
just
RK Bro is
John's.
together, they'll be
Mm-hmm.
mixed in that 7. You'll have AJ. You'll have fucking who's some fucking baby faces on Raw.
Ali,
Oh yeah, they would have Ali. Somehow they
McIntyre,
would probably
Bobby
get, yeah,
Lashley.
Bobby Lashley. I was gonna say they would probably somehow get McIntyre on that team, even though he's on a different brand. You know that's what they would do, and that team would defeat Judgment Day.
Yep, the faction would get beat by a bunch of random people.
Good lord, it's WWE
Um,
for you. History
yeah,
repeats itself.
it really is. Yeah, man. So next we got some Wyndham news.
Hey,
Bray Wyatt was punished by Vince McMahon if he didn't like his creative contributions. While speaking on the Extreme Life of Matt Hardy talked about his time working in WWE alongside Bray Wyatt. Hardy revealed that Vince McMahon punished and insulted Wyatt if he didn't like Wyatt's creative contributions. And you people think he's going to return to this company. Just
like
off the title, you already know.
that's
Man,
fucked. Like
we haven't even
what?
got to what he said yet. Exactly.
Literally.
And I quote, Wyndham has always had a very strange relationship with Vince. Very strange. Like, I almost felt like Vince looked at him like a son in some ways. When he would do things that he liked, he would love him and he would really give him everything that he could possibly give him. he would bend over backwards and try to accommodate him. But then when he did something he didn't like, he hated, he looked like he was going to lock him away for good. It was almost like a really weird and really strange and different duality with Vince shared with Bray. When he liked him or loved him, it was all about him. But when he disliked him, oh my God, it was as bad as he would. It was really bad, and he would like punish him and insult him. To me, it was so strange. It was almost like a parent.
Bro, what? That's not a way to work. I'm not going to work and expecting my boss to treat me like he's my fucking dad. Treat me like you're my fucking boss, you weirdo. At least a friend, if anything. That's not a boss, but what kind of weird fatherly shit is he doing, bro? Bro, you have a son. Go pay attention to his ass. He probably needs it. The fuck? Oh, bro. That's so weird.
Bruh.
It's a fucking weirdo.
Vince, bruh.
Why?
Vince. Bro. I mean, I know Vince does this with a lot of people, man, and I think for some people it can work. And I
Yeah.
think but for and honestly, the point of being a father figure, I mean, unless you want to explain to me exactly what Bray did wrong that would warrant him to get insulted and punished, I don't fucking know, because every twist and turn, it was never Bray Wyatt's fault, and that's not me making excuses for him.
It's not.
That Fiend character was great, and the reason everybody turned on it, and the reason everybody grew to hate it for some ungodly reason, was nothing of his doing.
Exactly.
Uh,
Like, I
mhm,
understand if Vince McMahon was mad enough to assault somebody, or insult, it's not something you should do, but let's say if Wyatt had a big idea, they spent a lot of money on it and it failed. Stuff like
yeah,
that never happened with Wyatt. It was the
no,
opposite. So what are you so pissed about? He did nothing but make you money. You just didn't like what he wanted to do that weekend. You got pissed off? Like,
yeah,
what?
it,
Doesn't make sense. It's so weird.
no, yeah, it's so fucking weird, man. I mean, the guy was a creative genius. At every single twist and turn, you put the bad food on his plate.
Yeah.
Pretty much. I mean, the reason the cult leader was so successful, people absolutely love that gimmick. I'm one of them. I love
My
both of
favorite.
his gimmicks, man. But, uh, dude, the cult leader was such a good fucking gimmick. Some would even say that it was better than the Fiend, which, oh, that's a really hard question for me to answer. Ooh, yeah,
I
that's
like it
really.
just a little bit more, but they're both amazing.
Oh man, that's really tough. The cult leader or the fun house? I don't know. I don't know, man.
Tough, man.
Yeah, it's man. Very. I'd probably have to give the edge just by a little bit to the Funhouse. But
I
I
get
like
you.
his
I
promos
understand.
a lot more as the cult leader.
Hell yeah.
But
Definitely,
I
bro.
but I like the psychology, like how much psychology he put into the
The
Funhouse.
fun
That shit
house.
really piques me, man. It
Hell
really
yeah.
did. That was some of the best wrestling, like from a theatrical stand or like a cinematic standpoint, and like
Oh, the
just from
best.
like a psychological standpoint. That was some of the best like wrestling ever for its time. Like there couldn't have been a better character in the pandemic where you kind of had no choice but to resort to like a lot of cinematic stuff. There couldn't have been a better character in place than
To
Bray
have done it with.
Wyatt, and
Exactly.
it was just absolutely fantastic. But I like his promos better as the cult leader. But regardless, um, that character was so loved, and WWE treated him like a fucking loser,
Mm-hmm.
and all the fans started treating him like a loser too. So,
Yeah.
and that's his fault?
Like, no.
What reason at WrestleMania 30 did you really have to put John Cena over Bray Wyatt? What was that going to do for John Cena at that stage in his career rather
Exactly.
than Bray Wyatt? I mean, in hindsight, it called for something epic,
But like in the
years down the
moment,
line. But in the moment, a lot of
brother.
people gave up on him. A lot of
Yeah.
people was like, oh, this guy's a fucking joke.
Yo, he's already losing. Just give up. They just gave up on him instantly, and why would you blame him? Shit. These people, man, I don't get it. I don't get Vince.
No.
That mentality is so weird.
Yeah, it's his mentality in general, bro. Did you hear what Tony Khan said to him or said about him on booking Monday Night Raw?
Oh, bro, that shit was great.
He
Tomorrow,
was
what are
like,
you doing the whole
"Yeah."
weekend?
He's
Exactly,
like,
bro.
I hear he's ripping up scripts right before his show goes on, and I'm thinking to myself, what were you doing all weekend? And that's such a good question. Like, what the fuck were you doing all weekend? The
You
whole
couldn't write a thing.
like the whole weekend. What the fuck were you doing, man?
I could
What?
book an episode of Raw in an hour. Literally, bro. And bro has a
Well,
whole weekend.
I get he thinks he can too, man, but
The
we
fuck?
all know how that ends up every Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Goddamn.
Vince thinks he's so good he could write an episode of fucking Monday Night Raw 15 minutes before the show goes on.
Now, 15 minutes into the show.
Yeah. Yeah. 15 minutes and then he finishes the end of the show probably about an hour and a half in.
Literally. Good lord.
Nobody knows what the fuck's going on around here. Yeah, man, but so weird, man. So weird. You hate to see Wyatt be treated like that, and we all know he was treated like shit, man. But when we hear it from his peers, like
That
Matt
just
Hardy,
sucks.
who, if it was
Seen-
apparent to them, that probably means it was really apparent. If it was
Mhm.
apparent to the locker room, that's one of the biggest things, man. And that's got to be so humiliating and so just defeating. I can only imagine. To just walk in his shoes, bro, and just know what that man went through. When WWE failed two so good characters that could have lasted them such a long time and made them so much money, two characters that were just absolutely just tremendous,
Mhm.
and you managed to fail both of them. Both of them.
It don't make sense, bro. I really don't.
Yeah. Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. Yeah, but yeah, Bray Wyatt, man, it absolutely sucks to hear that he was embarrassed and humiliated backstage and insulted.
You
Come
hate
on
to see
now.
it, man.
Yes. Guess we can move on to one of our bigger stories. Stephanie McMahon.
Yeah.
Jesus. I seen this image.
Mm-hmm.
It's on Instagram by an account called The Wrestling Nerd with an
Okay.
underscore. And it is that image of the Grim Reaper knocking on all the doors.
Oh, yeah.
And the
each
first
member of
door
the
was
gang.
Shane.
Mm-hmm.
The second door was Triple H. And the third door was Steph. And the last door is Mr. Kevin Dunn.
Fucking done. He's the one. I don't mind that knocking on his door. Can you
Yeah,
knock on Laurinaitis' door?
seriously. Yeah, when's his door, when's his door fucking about to be opened? When's
Literally.
Mcmahon about to step through that forbidden door? Stephanie McMahon. All right.
God
Stephanie
damn.
McMahon announces on Twitter. I got the tweet right here for you guys. Bam. She says, as of tomorrow, I'm taking my leave of absence. I am taking my leave of absence from the majority of my responsibilities at WWE. WWE is a lifelong legacy for me, and I look forward to returning to the company that I love after taking this time to focus on my family.
Good lord.
Yeah, as much as that is a good thing for them to. It's gonna
No,
be a
take
good
a
thing
break.
for her to go back to her family. The reason they guarantee you, the reason she's taking this leave of absence is because she sees the company changing and going in a direction that is not what it's supposed to be. It's
Oh
making
God, no.
money, but nobody there seems like they've got any fucking morals in their fucking head. And
Exactly, bruh.
and you got like, dude, looking at all these reports on the Sasha Banks situation, and we'll get to that at the end, but like
Oh,
looking
it's
at all this
nuts.
stuff, like they're alienating themselves from her, and she's still receiving no support from anybody over something that is, oh,
Obvious.
honestly, man, it's like, what the fuck?
Like
Like,
this company has changed so much. If this happened in 2018, half the locker room would be tweeting out for Sasha. You know what I mean? But like now, it's
where are the
gotten to a point
morals?
where exactly everyone
Where's
just staying silent. It's weird,
where's everybody's
man.
fucking morals, man? I mean, come on. Um, it, and you hate to see stuff like this, man, because we've already seen Shane be
Mm-hmm.
removed.
Yep.
Well, at first it was Triple H.
Yeah, he was the
Vince wanted
first
to
one to
take
go.
yeah, Vince wanted to take care of him first. Oh, this NXT you got? Pluck.
I'll take it.
Mine now. Um,
Exactly.
then you see Shane. Weird, but
All
because of the
right.
story that came out, they kind of had a reason to, but
But I also feel like that story was kind of, they made it the reason why
mm-hmm,
he left, why they didn't
yeah,
want him there anymore. Because I think that's just what Shane does backstage occasionally. I mean, he's a McMahon. Of course, he's gonna have an ego to him and whatnot. But from being the coolest McMahon to that in one night is kind of fishy.
it is 100%, 100%, man. And yeah, man, Stephanie McMahon. It looks like she's gonna be taking a leave of absence, man. And like I said, next, it looks like it's Steph. And for the daughter, who everybody always thought would get the company because
Hmm.
she just seemed more in it than Shane was. For her, of all people, to want to take a leave of absence, I'm telling you, I'm sure family might be a part of the reason, but why do you think she wants to go away and focus on her family more than she wants to be with WWE at the moment? It's because the company is changing and it's turning into the Nick Khan era, pretty
Exactly.
much.
It's really no longer the McMahons anymore. It's just Nick Khan. He's getting every job. Essentially, he's taking over every position, and
Yep.
it's never a good thing in a company.
Yeah. 100%, man. And yeah, with that, uh, according to Wrestling News Co., Nick Khan will take over most of Stephanie McMahon's duties at WWE. There you
Dang,
have it. There you
good
have it,
God.
man. Now this guy is moving himself from uh, kind of just dealing with sort of making them money to whatever the hell Stephanie McMahon was doing, which you know was above him. So he is moving himself up the ladder yet again.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, this company makes stupid money, bro. But
Literally.
what does it cost them? What does it cost them, really, man? I mean,
Mm-hmm.
the whole family business aspect of it seems to be completely removed now.
Exactly.
It seems to be completely fucking removed. The McMahon empire seems completely torn down, and it's just senile Vince letting this dude do whatever he wants to his father's company, really.
Just so he makes him a little more money.
And they're making money, man, but what is it
At what
what is it
cost?
costing them? Exactly,
It's
man, exactly. There seems to be no fucking morals in this company, and there really kind of was none before, but
this is
it's
even
only
worse.
getting worse, and it's going to
Now they're open
continue to
about
get worse.
exactly. Like they were always shady as hell and shit. And everyone knows all the shit they've done. But to be as open with it and as just, yeah, we're doing this shit as they are now, it's just sad. I just feel bad for people who work there, man. I couldn't. I don't know
Yeah,
how they do it, man. I don't know how they put a smile on their face.
absolutely, man. Absolutely, yeah. Like I said, man, if your name isn't Roman Reigns, you ain't having fun, bruh.
Exactly,
You ain't
bruh.
having fun. And this is the company that Cody Rhodes wanted to come back to for a fucking championship.
Good
Unbelievable,
Cody.
bro.
Literally,
Unbelievable, man. But,
when you mentioned this earlier in the fucking when we were talking about unscripted and how we talk about Judgment Day a lot, we're already starting to talk about the Judgment Day more than Cody Rhodes on Raw. It's sad,
we
bruh.
haven't even really brought him up the past 3 weeks, to be honest,
No,
on
he's just
Unscripted.
been doing random shit, just
Yeah.
Cody promos and the Cody clock or whatever the fuck it's called. It
Countdown
is
to Cody.
even literally the news, the like ringside news. That there was a story just yeah they do that for ratings. Come on, bruh. It's a big ratings draw, yeah, because that's the only reason people watch. So when you give a time frame, it's like, oh well, guess I'm gonna tune in then. Of course, it's gonna be a ratings draw. That's only this thing. These are the only motherfucker people care about on Raw for the next month. Good lord.
Yeah. And then I seen that thing you sent me, man. Cody doesn't want his legacy to just be starting AEW.
Why
What the
not?
fuck did you think was gonna happen? What did
Exactly.
you
For
think? Like,
like
what? You
and
started a whole company that is very successful.
and for a guy with the ego like Cody, you would think that starting a massive company would be like something you wouldn't shut up about. You know what I mean? You would think he wouldn't shut the fuck up about it. With his ego, yeah, I was a big part of creating that.
Hmm.
Cody's weird, bro. Dude's a
Like,
weirdo.
fucking guy, like, dude.
He's weird, man. I don't get it. Cody is the dumbest person on God's green earth. Seriously, bro, I'm telling you, I don't get it. Bro's dumb as hell.
Bro, I don't understand the fucking guy. Guy's
Bro
got a
just
new
contradicts
guy's got
himself.
a new narrative for himself every day, man. He really does.
It's money now. It's not money. Now it's titles. Now I don't want that to be my legacy. Next week he'll fucking say that he would love to. He's gonna hate when WWE completely stops talking about him creating a company. And that'll happen. That story will come
Oh
out.
yeah,
He wants them to
100%.
talk about
You know it
AEW
will.
more. Come on, bro. What do you want? Bro does not know what he wants.
Yeah, man. This guy Nick Khan, man. I said it. Um, I said it in the very beginning of hearing about him, man. I was like, I don't
Mm,
know. I don't like something about this guy. And you said the
mm,
same exact thing, bro. And here we are.
exactly.
And that was when he was just
New.
yeah, that was when he was brand new to the
And he didn't
company,
even
and
do
he was
shit yet.
yeah, he didn't do a lick of anything yet. And I remember when we first started hearing about him, I was like, man, I don't like this guy. I don't like this
Nope.
guy already, bruh. And
Look
now
what it
here we
evolved
are,
into.
and pretty much all of the McMahons except for Vince are pretty much no longer, or are temporarily leaving the company. So I don't know,
It's a
man.
sight to see, man. It
Yeah,
really is.
yeah. It's kind of just a matter of watching the cycle continue, man. Who's Nick Khan gonna get next? And it's not looking good, bro. It is not
No,
looking good.
Kevin Dunn, his dam better be well built, man. Because Nick Khan's coming to crush that bitch down.
Fucking Kevin Dunn.
Fucking Dunn, his beaver ass.
Look at him, his fucking beaver teeth. Um,
His little happy
yeah, man.
beaver ass.
Yeah, man. It's well, that brings us into our next story, man. This is also a company that MJF will possibly be signing with.
God,
I don't.
he might be just as dumb. Who knows?
He is one of Cody's best friends. AEW locker room does not support. I repeat, does not support MJF's contract talks with Tony Khan. According to Will Washington, what the fuck is that name? According to Will Washington,
I thought you said Lil Washington at first. I was like, wait, what? I was like, what?
Bruh. Well, according to Will Washington of Fightful, many in the AEW locker room are not on MJF's side of his contract negotiations with Tony Khan. MJF reportedly wants more money, but the AEW head honcho wants to pay him doesn't wouldn't want to pay him more if he isn't guaranteed to stay with AEW for a couple more years. He
Exactly.
said, and I quote, yeah, this makes no sense whatsoever.
Literally.
Will says, Will Washington, he says,
Lil
I
Washington.
did some I did some digging around as well. I asked multiple people around in AEW and I did get one person who gave me a quote and they said I'm free to use. So basically there's not a whole lot of people on MJF's side of this I'm gathering. The one thing I heard from somebody that said, look, his deal is his deal. Changing terms of an existing deal while in the middle of it is setting a horrible precedent. And if he wants new money, then sign a new deal. The idea I gave was that they're saying was what they're saying here is MJF is in the middle of his deal and MJF is in the middle of his deal can simply say actually I'm worth he can't say in the middle of his deal he's worth something different now. I don't know
Hmm.
why these people write this shit so weird, bruh.
These people do not know grammar when they're writing an article, bro. They really don't.
Honestly, bro.
They
Some of
just
this
have
shit I
run-on
read, man,
sentences like
I don't know,
crazy.
bro. I don't know if I'm reading this shit from a fucking human or a caveman, and then I look like the idiot trying to fucking read it off.
Fucking A, man.
He says, granted, I think he is, but they're like, what would stop anyone else from wanting the chains to what would stop anyone else from wanting to change the terms of their existing deal in the middle of it and not sign a new deal,
Hmm.
and and also and also, Jesus Christ, my God. Okay, my bad. I completely lost my fucking. Yes, he. What would stop anyone else from wanting to change the terms of their deal in the middle of it and not sign a new deal? And also, um, Tony, the source said Tony would be a fool to give him any more money without the guarantee of more years. Of course, Tony gives up something on this new deal, and if he has to get something, and he, and if he has to get something, and so yeah, you sign a new deal, so he's got to tack on a few more years to make it happen. It sure sounds like he still wants to be a free agent in 2024. Okay, so
Like,
without fucking Will Washington's horrible
horrible
grammar,
ass grammar.
I hate when they say like I hate when they say like after like every other word, cause
Oh,
like
bro, I hate
I
it.
mean I get that's how they talk, but like when you're
You don't,
writing an article, you don't
you don't
fucking
write
put
how
that
you
in the
talk.
article.
No.
You know what I mean? It's like Jesus, man. Because like I said, and I have to read this shit. All right.
These
Um.
people don't know how to write a damn article to save their life.
Honestly, bro, there's the word like and like every other word. But
And it's like,
anyway,
bro.
yes, MJ. So basically, the locker room thinks Tony Khan would be a fool if he were to add money to MJF's existing deal, but still have him be a free agent in 2024. They say that's setting a horrible precedent, and I guess Tony Khan. I've heard Tony Khan has went to him a couple times to work out his deal
Hmm.
because I feel like this is coming at a shock to TK as well as to like
Yeah.
why he's so unhappy.
Yeah, like, bro, what is it? You're probably gonna be world champion this year. You're in the biggest feuds. You're gonna get more money if you just sign the extension. What what is this? I don't I don't get it either. And Tony Khan don't get it, so what the fuck is going on?
Yeah,
It doesn't make sense, man.
yeah, man. It's so. Yes, they're saying MJF is Tony Khan rather would be setting a horrible precedent for the locker room and everybody else that works for him if he were to go in the middle of MJF's deal, give him more money, but he's still a free agent in 2024. Because what you're
Mm-hmm.
supposed to do is if you sign on for more money, it's an extension.
For more
So
time.
he might sign on until the beginning of 2026 or 2025 or 2027. We don't know how long, but it
That's
looks
just
as
how
if
contracts work. That's not even just sports. Is let's say Tom Holland is doing more Spider-Man movies, or let's say they want to get he wants more money. You think they're gonna give him more money just to do one more Spider-Man movie, or they're gonna do okay? You want more money? We'll give you more money if you do the next three. That's how anything. That's how a contract works in literally anything. I don't know why MGF thinks he's the one guy that can make it different. It
yeah,
doesn't make sense.
it makes no sense. I mean, you want more money, you sign on and you get an extension.
It's
You don't
how
sign on and you're still a free agent next year. Why would Tony Khan be paying you the bag if you're just gonna turn around and fucking leave the company in a year and a half?
like
Why would he
what?
do that?
And why are you mad at Tony Khan for that? What?
I mean, I get it. I get it. You see the Jeff Hardys who are coming in, and Jeff Hardy just had a dream match on Dynamite in Long Island against Darby Allin. Guess whose segment had the highest rating of that show? MJF. I get it. You want more money. You want more money because of these guys that are coming in and they're doing less than you are, but they're getting paid the bag. I'm telling you, bro, you will get your money. Though if Tony
Exactly.
Khan's telling you not to worry about it, once your contract is up, dude, I guarantee you he's throwing the bag. And I've heard that around too. Can't really name a source,
But
so
that's
don't
like the
take it
first
as if
part to this
yeah,
story is that he's gonna give MJF all the money. He just needs to sign the extension. That's the only thing holding him back. It's not the money, it's the extension. It just doesn't make sense.
exactly, bro. You know MJF is one of those guys, man, where you're seeing it with Wardlow. You put the dude in a feud with somebody, and he's gonna put him over like nobody can. He's gonna
Mm-hmm.
put him over, and it's insane for somebody at his age to have that ability to just
Warrant that money.
honestly, man, and have that ability of everything that he touches turns to gold. But he has it. But he has it, man, and
Mm-hmm.
you know Tony Khan's gonna want to keep him, and you know he is. But why
Oh
would
man.
Tony Khan bust out the bag for you right now, and in a year and a half your contract's up, and he gets a year and a half of whatever money that
You have to
he
give him
signs on
now.
for, and then he's just gonna turn around and go to WWE now. I know MJF did say he's going to decline any offer that he gets from AEW because he wants to see what WWE has to offer.
But
And uh,
mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. I mean, do you really want to go to WWE? I
Bro,
mean,
like what? I
like,
don't get it.
man, I mean, at least when Cody Rhodes was in the middle of his boring run, he was in the middle of that boring run where he was the giant killer, and
No,
he was just
this and that.
even when he was at his most stale in AEW, every time he came out and he had a microphone in his hand, you
No,
wanted to
listen.
see what he was going to do. Now you
Exactly.
watch Cody Rhodes and it's like, oh, it's Cody Rhodes.
I
All
got
right,
these segments up. Let me pay attention for once in the show, I guess. That's
I
not how it should be.
I don't know, man. Do you really want to go and do that, man? Do you really think that's a good idea?
Doesn't make sense, man. It really don't. I don't get it. I don't get his mentality for wanting to go there. It's not gonna make you better. In its current state, it's gonna make you worse. Like it worked for the CM Punks and the Jeff Hardys and whatnot. It's not gonna work anymore. That
Yeah,
that tone of shift. Now it's just you go there and you suffer, and you're gonna be called a fool when you suffer. Same way Cody is because you went there. People aren't gonna have your back. They're gonna be like, oh yeah. Why'd you go there then? Hey, you knew what you were walking into. You thought you were above it. You're not. It's what's gonna happen to Cody, and it will happen to MJF too. So if he wants to go there, he could, but it's just gonna be a sad case of a career.
Yeah, yeah, man, absolutely, absolutely. It doesn't make much sense why he would even contemplate that, especially now where it seems like he's going into the prime of his AEW run, and you're thinking about leaving in the
Like,
prime of your AEW run.
don't make sense.
It doesn't, bro. It really doesn't. It makes no sense whatsoever. Um, yeah, man. So we'll have to see what happens with MJF, man. But I don't know. It should be interesting. I really hope he plays his cards right, man. I really hope so.
Hmm. I
Uh,
really do.
yeah. Speaking of AEW as well, we've got this image here. Kind of a blurry image, but this is the only images we got, man. This is a fan photo from somebody who was at the event. It looks as if Bryan Danielson was injured at the Rampage tapings, man. And as you can see, his foot got wedged in between the ramp and the ring. Yikes.
For
Yikes.
around 10 minutes, apparently.
I was just gonna say, man. Yes, during the latest AEW Rampage tapings, Bryan Danielson got his leg trapped between the entrance ramp and the ring for up to 10 minutes before he was
Fuck.
finally freed. The former WWE star was seen limping to the back afterwards. Thankfully, Bryan is reportedly not injured from the incident, and everyone was able to laugh about it shortly after. Yeah,
Thank
man,
God.
he looked like he was in pain
No.
during the little video. Jesus Christ. It looks like he was in pain during the video that
Hmm.
I seen, or not really the video, but just the
Like the
pictures I
images
was
and
seeing.
whatnot.
Yeah, it looked like he was in a lot of pain, man. So, um, yeah, there you have it, man. Yeah, but it looks like
That's
he's not injured, and that is just absolutely fantastic, because that would not be good at all
no.
for Bryan Danielson at this point, man, because he is obviously a huge part of the of AEW programming, being a member of the
Hmm.
Blackpool Combat Club. But yeah,
That
good thing
was.
he's not injured. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, man. But yeah, good thing he's not injured, and yeah, really would have been a horrible time to get injured if that was the case.
Definitely, man. So glad he didn't get injured.
Yeah, man. Speaking of more AEW, Mike Johnson of PW Insider has confirmed that Kenny Omega has been at the last few Dynamite and Rampage tapings. Kenny has been working behind the scenes. Omega has even produced some of the women's division matches for the company. And I quote, Mike Johnson says, "While there is no known timetable on his potential return for the return to the ring, Kenny Omega has been back at AEW TV tapings the last several weeks, working behind the scenes, including producing some of the women's division matches. PWInsider.com has confirmed." Yeah, man. So looks like Kenny has been putting on his producer suit
Good
as
for
of
him,
late.
man.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, good for Kenny. Glad to see him back. He still can't book the women's division for shit, but that's besides the point. Well, maybe he did produce Jamie Hayter versus Tony Storm, because that was a pretty good match. But if he produced Maki Ito versus Britt Baker,
Dude.
motherfucker, how the fuck is Tony Khan gonna tell us that he has two debuts for the Jokers, and one of them was not a debut?
And
One of them.
technically,
Mm-hmm.
go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, John Morrison was a debut. We've seen Maki Ito before, and
Exactly. And technically, Morrison is just a one off for now. or at least he's gonna just do
Exactly.
one-offs. So it's not even a debut, really.
Yeah.
Like, bro, what? Maki E2, fucking kill me. Oh, good lord, dude. I saw that shit. I instantly walked away. That shit is garbage.
They
The
said she
fuck
was
out.
a Japanese pop star before she was a wrestler. Please go
Should have
back to
stayed
being
there.
a fucking pop star.
Please, bro.
Awful.
That shit was so bad. Good lord.
And he spoiled it too. He
Yeah.
spoiled it. He was on Busted Open day of Dynamite and he said, "My original plan for the Jokers was to have Miro and Maki Ito, but things have got more exciting."
And just Maki Ito.
And it was just Maki Ito.
You literally texted me. Imagine if it was Maki Ito. And it
Bruh,
was. Like, bro.
I
Something
te-
had to happen with somebody.
yes, bro. My I was thinking, what if because John Morrison is married to Taya Valkyrie.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if maybe she was supposed to be there, maybe
Couldn't make
Athena.
it.
Uh,
Who knows, man? But if he said it was gonna be Maki Ito and it just was, something happened with somebody.
yeah,
Ain't no
because
way.
that was that was not okay. That was
At least
not
with
fucking
Miro,
okay, man.
even though it's not a new debut, it still would have got. It still would have been cool to see him because we haven't seen him in a minute.
Right.
But Maki E2, bro, her ass sucks. Her ass is ass, bruh. She is, bruh. She ain't it. Don't like the singing. I don't like none of it, bruh. I don't like AEW's Joshi's, bruh. Like WWE, they're not great at all. But man, do they pick their women Japanese wrestlers great, man. Was Triple
Yeah.
H amazing at that?
Yes.
God damn, we had Asuka, Io, Kari Sane, which at first Kari Sane wasn't it. She kind of evolved into something really cool. Same with Io. Io at first was just
Oh man,
Io
love the
Shirai,
genius of the sky.
and then she became cool. Like they know how to do it, bro. They know how to do it cool, man. But bro, Maki E2, fucking Hikaru Shida ain't what people say she is. Neither is Riho. They're all they all suck. They suck, bro. I'm sorry. They don't do nothing in the ring that's special, and they definitely don't do nothing on the mic that's special. Don't make sense.
Yeah, man. Absolutely, bro. Yeah, AEW does a horrible job at picking their Joshies. Um,
What's up, Larry? Welcome
yeah.
to the
Whoa,
show,
whoa.
man.
Oh shit. What
Oh
up,
boy.
Larry? How's it going, bro? Ryan Rice. Hell yeah, bro. What's
Hey.
going on? What's up, Double R? Um, yeah, bro. What up, guys? What's going on? Yeah. So next, Clash at the Castle. Man, am I? I couldn't say that shit without laughing, bro.
Garbage ass fucking pay per view name, bro. What the fuck is that?
Man, am I excited for this show, man. I don't know if any other wrestling is happening that weekend, but if there is, I'm not
What the hell
excited
is,
for
man?
that at all.
No,
Because
I'm
I'm
watching
just excited
Clash at
for
the Cat.
Clash at the Castle, bro. I just
Dude, I
can't
just
wait to
want the show to open with "You think you know me? You never did." That's how the show got open, bruh.
bro. I'll
Hey,
shut this shit
Larry.
off.
I'll be in Chicago for Forbidden Door with my girl. Love to link with you guys. Hey, bro.
Yeah, bro.
I'm
Yeah,
down.
man. For
Hell
sure.
yeah. I'm going to
Let's
the
do.
show too, man.
Hell yeah, let's do it, bro. Let's do it. Um, let me know what dates you're like coming out here and stuff. Like,
Hell
let me
yeah.
know. You know. What
Sounds
the
like
fuck, bro?
it does, bro. Talking about Clash at the Castle. Sounds like a damn mobile game.
Bro, honestly, man.
The
Welsh
fuck?
Media
Uh,
slams WWE for Clash at the Castle prices. Before
oh,
we do
God.
this, in
Oh,
Wales,
Christ.
is it pounds or euros?
I'm always so confused by like what has what currency out there. I think it's pounds.
I think so too, cause it's like the little E, but it's backwards, like a backwards E. That's kind of what it looks like. I don't know if that's
Let
euros or
me
pounds. I don't fucking know, man.
Let me look up.
Definitely not pesos.
Fuck pesos. Hold on. British pounds. Symbol. No, that's sterling. It's symbol. I hate when Google fucking shows up something. You go to click it and then it just switches it. Yeah, the little backwards E and it's kind of flat on the bottom.
Oh, okay. He says Wales is euros. Okay.
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 Oh,
Cool.
okay. I would have no clue. Thank you.
Okay. Popular Welsh media site Wales Online have published a story criticizing WWE for tickets, for the price of tickets at upcoming Clash at the Castle event to take place in Cardiff, Wales. The article mainly covered the criticism from fans relating to the travel packages, with the cheapest option costing €700 with no accommodation, with the most expensive costing €4,500 per person.
What?
Per person. So,
Oh, it's euros per dollar. Per
oh
US
shit.
dollar. I gotta look that up,
Here
bro.
we
Hold
go.
up.
According to an article published by the the BBC.
The Big Bang Catastrophe?
No,
Hmm.
man. The big.
What?
I don't know. Yes, according to an article published by the BBC.
I'm sorry, bro. I'm sure I'm laughing at that shit.
I was gonna say we're fucking here. We are showing our age. Um,
Sure as
fucking
hell, bro.
kids at heart, bruh.
Truly.
Yes. Yeah, okay, so one more time. According to an article published by the BBC, in 2018, the average ticket for large arena / stadium events was €45.49 in 2016, with the cheapest
Okay.
ticket option for WWE Clash at the Castle being just under that, with the average being significantly higher. When American pop star Taylor Swift ran Wembley Stadium in June 2018, the most expensive ticket was €120, which is also expected to be under the average ticket price for WWE's upcoming event. The reason WWE decided to charge so much for tickets is likely because of high demand there has been for the event, with nearly 200,000 fans registering for the pre-sale, which would be over double the amount WWE would need to sell out the venue. Now, I bring you to another story. WWE Clash at the Castle. Ticket sales slowed by shockingly high prices.
No
Dude, I
wonder
tell
people were
you,
getting ready to buy tickets, saw that shit and dipped. Go ahead.
bro, like, I had family out here, man, and my sister asked me, my sister had asked me because, my niece is into wrestling.
Hell yeah.
Toronto says, what the fuck is a BBC? Team
Or you
BBC.
do not Google it.
Brought to you by Tony Storm and Jamie Hayter.
Hey,
But
bro.
yeah.
Enjoy
So
Lana.
she, oh god, bro, that fucking storyline. Um,
God.
so yeah, she had mentioned to me. She said, would you want to go to Hell in a Cell? And I said no. I said no. She was gonna look into it. She's like, oh well, you say you get your tickets for. I was like, well, yeah, it's not WWE. It's a completely different company, and don't start.
It's been so good.
Okay, think we're good.
Nice,
Are you?
nice.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, are you muted or? All right, cool. Yeah. So,
Yeah, that was beautiful.
anyway, Continuing my story. So my sister says to me, she's like, "Well, don't you get your tickets for cheap usually?" And I was like, "Well, yeah, that's because I don't go to WWE shows, because
Exactly.
it's just fucking. Not only is it way too expensive,
It's just not worth it, bro. It ain't even worth
bro,
AEW prices to go to their shit, let alone WWE prices.
no, like what I'd pay to go to a WWE event is probably about what we
40
pay to go to
bucks.
a Dynamite,
Mm-hmm.
$29." um, and that's it.
Like,
That's at the very
literally, that's it.
most. I'm not no like Takeover was a different story because Takeover was pretty much the AEW at the time with the AEW prices and stuff like that. But
Exactly.
so she proceeded to ask me. She was like, "Well, how much for a seat?" And I was like, "For a seat at a pay-per-view, you're looking roughly $300 to $500 per person."
Per person. Yep.
Which, with that logic, if there was four of us, that means that could range anywhere from 1,500 to almost 2,000.
For
So
just a pay per view, when we paid under 1,000, well under 1,000 for three people for a pay per view for AEW, well under 1,000.
we've paid probably under 1,000 for maybe a little over 1,000 for all the AEW events we've ever went to.
Yeah, combined all at this point. It's even though it didn't happen yet, we still bought the tickets, including for Vindor, all five of them.
Yeah. Yep.
Like, come on, bro.
All five of the events that we've went to. Rampage, where Punk came back. The Go Home All Out Dynamite, All Out Thanksgiving Dynamite, and that's it, right? Well, it's supposed to be
One,
that one Dynamite, but the blizzard happened, so we didn't get
yeah,
to go to that one. And then Forbidden Door. So all five of them, man, probably costed us in total, uh, if you're calculating
900%.
everybody's prices, is probably a little over 1,000. But
A little bit, but that's not bad at all for fucking five shows.
yeah, yep. And two of them are pay per view. So,
Exactly.
and one of them was a
CM Punk.
yeah, one of them was watching CM Punk return. So that's
That was the
that's
cheapest one too.
you're getting your money. No, that
No, it
one was
wasn't. That the Dynamite was. Never mind.
yeah, Thanksgiving Dynamite. But uh what the
I'm
hell
like,
was I
come
gonna
on, man.
say? Uh oh yeah, I mean that for a good show, a little bit over 1,000 for 5 events, man, is and plus the Dynamites, bro. $29 for a Dynamite, fucking sign me up.
Exactly. Take my fucking money.
Honestly, man. So yeah, man. Uh, Definitely well worth it, bro. But WWE events, I wouldn't go. I promise you, I wouldn't go to for the life of me, bro. I would not go for the life of me. Yeah, but yeah. As soon as my niece gets old enough, man, I'm fucking showing her AEW
Oh,
as soon
easy.
as that happens, bro. And whenever whenever she's old enough to feel like she could take the noise of being in a loud AEW crowd,
Yeah.
because I know sometimes kids can handle that kind of poorly. Sometimes they gotta wear the little earmuffs or whatever. But whenever she's old enough to where she can enjoy it and mark the hell out like me and
Hell
you,
yeah.
I'm getting her
Going
hooked
big.
on AEW, bro. Instantly.
Exactly.
This
She watching
WWE
no
shit
damn
will not
WWE.
continue.
Oh no.
I'm
Hell
okay
nah.
with it for now, cause she a jit, but you know,
Second she starts being conscious of what she's watching, ain't no way she gotta watch that shit.
hell no.
That ain't
Um,
happening, bruh.
yeah, man. So on the latest Wrestling Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer talked about the situation. WWE fans queued up online to get their hands on prime seats for the massive UK event. Once they saw how much WWE was charging, a ton of them decided to back out. Damn. And I
And
quote, uh huh.
hmm they said the international tickets don't even come with accommodations. So separately, you'll be paying like 1,000. You still got to get a hotel yourself. You still probably got to get all this. You got to get a rental car by yourself. Well, fuck that.
There's a fucking fun in that.
Literally, bro. That's not like fucking a job at
Fucking
that
bust
point.
out the bank for fucking Clash at the Castle and shit.
Just to see
Fuck.
fucking Drew McIntyre get pinned in fucking 7 minutes to Roman Reigns. What the fuck is the point of that? Ugh.
He said, I said there. He said, I said there were 20,000 people in the queue for Forbidden Door. When they were done with tickets, there was still 20,000 people there. Of course, there were only 11,000 you could get, so many people got turned away. In this one, Clash at the Castle, they went through lots and lots of people who were ready to buy tickets, saw the prices, and didn't buy tickets. And by a couple of hours in, there were 0 people in the queue. I mean, there was like no wait at all. When I say 0, I mean 0. I think it was like
Damn.
3 or 4 hours in, so they went through 20,000 and did not sell 60,000 tickets or anything like that, which that number would have indicated a number in that range, 55 to 60,000, because the average person buys 2.9 tickets, 2.8, but they came nothing close to that at all. I heard there were people all afternoon and morning just about how I was there and I was ready to buy, and some people I bought, which is fine, and other people were just like, I'm not buying these prices. And the
Good
idea was
lord.
to get as much money as possible from this, and then you lower prices everywhere and try to get people to buy at a lower price, which is what WWE has been doing for big shows as of late. That's the new strategy they have taken. That's the new strategy they have taken as of late, which is taken from the fact that everyone has seen that the scalpers have been making a killing, and we've gone through that not just with wrestling but with everything. The Super Bowl tickets were 8,862 for an average ticket by the scalpers, which made a huge markup.
Fuck that, man. And bro, what the fuck was I gonna say? God damn it. If the scalpers hiked the price up from AEW tickets to fucking 150 to 1,000, dude, can you imagine what they're hiking up that shit to? $4,000
If I
for
if I'm
the
these if
ringside
I'm
seats.
bro, if I'm these people in the UK, I'm honestly praying that Tony Khan brings All Out to the
Bro, I'm
UK,
telling you, there's something to
because
the UK
I would not at
ever.
all consider taking my money and putting it into Clash at the Castle.
Bro,
Ain't
if
no
someone ever
fucking
told me
way, bruh.
they spent 4K on Clash at the Castle seats, I'm looking down on that person, bro. That person, he ain't a citizen no more. You gotta take his voting rights. You gotta take it all, bro. You can't do that. You spent $4,000 on Clash at the Castle, bro. That shit's sad. That shit's sad as hell, dude.
It
Even
is,
like
bruh.
700, bro. Like, bro, get a life, bro. You paying $700 for Clash at the Castle? Come on, bro.
I
That
heard
shit's
a
sad.
really weird place for All Out.
Hmm.
Really weird. It like doesn't make any sense. I'm assuming we're gonna find out next weekend at Double or Nothing,
Probably.
because that's usually when they announce it. I was hearing fucking Nashville, Tennessee for
Dude, I
All
heard
Out.
that too. I was like, no way. No way they're going to Tennessee. Ain't no way, bruh. At least go
Dude,
to a big city like New York or like, although it ain't
Los
Chicago,
Angeles,
Los Angeles. You could do New York. You could do fucking the UK,
Miami. I would do the
Miami,
UK, to be honest.
Canada. I would do the UK 100%. But you get so many places you would go, and you go to Tennessee. What the fuck?
Tennessee.
Why?
What is in Tennessee for All
Besides
Out?
Hicks, you want a fucking crowd full of Hicks? And fucking MJF will have a field day. What the fuck? Nobody wants to see that shit.
I mean, Jesus.
The fuck?
Tennessee?
What? Over Chicago? That's mad weird, bro. The Tennessee got to be a little placeholder, throw us off or something, man. Cause ain't no way they going to Tennessee.
Uh, no, they can't be, man.
Ain't
They
no
can't
way.
be. But we'll just have to wait and see what, continues to happen with Clash at the Castle tickets being absurdly priced. So,
God.
next, before we get into these main stories, man, we got Johnny Gargano at
Dude,
AEW. I got this picture here, man. What the fuck?
dude, I saw that shit. I started laughing. I caught it. I was like, wait, what? I screenshot that shit. I was dead. How do
Bro,
you fuck it up that much? Because that means they typed in his app before. So, hmm, come on, bruh. Just typing in talking about add Johnny Gargano.
bro. AEW on TV's Twitter account posts this picture of Johnny Elite, and nobody can bullshit me. Everybody thought this was Johnny Gargano about to walk through these tunnels, bruh.
But when I just saw Johnny, I was marking out. And then although Morrison's great, yeah, it was really awesome. When I saw Elite and I kind of knew who it was, I was like, damn, he's awesome. I wish it was Gargano though. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I was just a tad bit disappointed, and not even
yeah,
just in AEW. It's just like, damn, I just wish the mark in me really wanted Gargano,
yeah.
but
Absolutely.
Johnny
At
Gargano,
Johnny Gargano is here. No,
and
the
it's
fuck he ain't.
Morrison.
He
Oh
was.
my god.
It was John Morrison, bruh.
Dude, how you fuck that up, bruh? Look,
Fucking
fucking Mark is running that account and fuck that
Johnny
up.
Johnny Gargano was too busy at fucking Disney World with Tommaso Ciampa. Tommaso Ciampa's hanging around with a couple of jokers,
Apparently not.
and apparently he wasn't. He was hanging out with a couple of kings and queens, because I don't know, whatever that was, them two he was with were not jokers. Um, Instead, it was Maki Ito and John Morrison, which
He-
I love.
That was
That was
awesome.
awesome. But you
Hmm.
can't fucking put Johnny on the
Just on
screen.
Tron and not expect people to go, oh, Gargano. Oh, damn. Like, that was, it wasn't disappointment. It was like, damn, if only.
Yeah, I was like, oh,
All right.
oh. It was kind of one of those.
Yeah, it was like, okay, that's awesome still, but like, we all deep down would have rather took Gargano. It's just one of those things. It's no
Yeah,
diss on
nothing against
Morrison.
Morrison.
It was
No.
awesome to see him. I hope we see him again. But just you show us Johnny when everyone's been talking about him. They knew what they were doing. They knew what the fuck they were doing, bruh. Come
And
on.
if they would have put Johnny Elite,
Just
like,
as together, it wouldn't have got people.
well, too, when I seen Johnny Elite, I still thought it was him because, Johnny Wrestling, I thought it was like a play.
Oh,
And then I just seen Morrison, and I was like, oh, right, he does call himself Johnny, whatever
whatever.
company he's in.
Exactly.
Johnny
W.
Narrative.
Oh, yeah. Johnny Narrative. Oh, oh, the fuck. Although I would say Johnny Dynamite is a little cooler than Johnny Elite. Even though
Yeah,
Johnny Elite fits better, I would say Johnny Dynamite goes harder, low key. But it wasn't disappointing. It was just like, damn, if only it was who I truly deep down wanted it to be. Morrison was awesome. The match was dope as hell. It was just one of those things. They really got me, bro.
they they got. When I
They
seen
got the fuck out
Johnny
of me.
Elite, I still thought it was Gargano. I was like, oh shit, and I was like,
Damn.
and then when Morrison came out, I was happy as hell, and then I was like, oh, I see where this is going. We're gonna get Taya Valkyrie as the Joker for the women, and we got that
Nope.
fucking moron who came out there and started singing.
It's a fucking plebeian to
Bro.
motherfucking Monkey E2. The fuck
Oh
out of
my
here.
god, man. Jesus. So yeah, that was the botch from AEW on TV's Twitter account. My lord.
Good lord, how do you fuck that up?
Look, man, alright. Guess that leaves us with our last story. Sasha Banks and Naomi.
Damn.
Jesus. Yeah, man. Sasha Banks and Naomi. Yikes. Okay. Well, we just got some new news this morning on Sasha's contract, so I guess
Mm-hmm.
we're gonna start with, we talked to you guys about this on Monday. They walked out, handed. Let me pull up Sap's tweet real quick.
Enjoy the Yates.
Johnny Gargano is here.
How do you fuck that up, bruh?
So pretty much, during the broadcast, they walked in. This is WWE's statement, by the way,
Mhm.
that Sap tweeted out. Yeah, and just in case you guys weren't here Monday, I'm sure you guys know about this though. But during the broadcast, they walked into WWE head of talent relations John Laurinaitis' office with their suitcases in hand, placed their tag title belts on his desk, and walked out. They claimed they weren't being respected enough as tag team champions, and they had 8 hours to rehearse and reconstruct their match, and they claimed they were uncomfortable in the ring with two of their opponents, even though they've had matches with those two individuals in the past with no consequences. Monday Night Raw is a scripted live TV show whose characters are expected to perform to the requirements of their contract.
Damn.
So that's what happened on Monday,
Mhm.
and ever since then, a lot has came out, man. A lot has came out. The story always goes deeper, man, as everything in wrestling, man. But man, did you see Matt Cardona's tweet about
I
those
did.
two?
I
He
fucking
said, back in 2011, I should have put my neck brace down on John Laurinaitis' office desk and told him that I wasn't being respected enough as internet champion. And did you hear what CM Punk said back to him?
yeah. CM
Fucking
Punk
Punk,
cooked
bro.
his ass, bruh.
Bro, he cooked his man, bro. He had his ass, bro. Oh my god, he cooked that man so bad, bro. I
I'm
was like,
dead.
damn. But ever since then, I guess to start with the obvious, Sasha Banks and Naomi pulled from all WWE live events. Brad Shepard, who has accurately reported several stories in the past, took to Twitter and reported that Sasha Banks and Naomi have been pulled from WWE live events all the way through July.
Fuck.
Damn.
Yeah. Speaking of that, even tonight, they haven't shown up tonight yet.
Wow.
Shit.
Wow, man.
Shit's
Yeah,
nuts.
and I heard her husband, Jimmy Uso, came out. Naomi's husband, obviously Jimmy Uso, the one. He came out and he pretty much, it was a tweet that was centered around. It was a tweet that was centered around backing them up, or what's the word I'm looking for? Supporting.
Yeah,
them,
just supporting his
walking
wife
out.
and shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, those memes are so funny about how she left his ass at the arena that night and bro just had to get an Uber home.
God, bro.
All those images.
He better have took an Uber, bro. We don't want nothing crazy happening again.
I was seeing that shit. I was dying laughing, bro. I was like, damn, this man is getting cooked for no reason.
That's what I was thinking the whole time. I'm sitting there. I'm like, damn, her husband's still at the fucking arena. She just left his ass, bro.
Bro just got a carpool of Roman. Just, hey, bro, can I come with you, bro? My wife just dipped.
Bro had to fucking carpool with Cody and shit.
Oh god, that poor man.
Cody was probably telling him how he's half Samoan or some shit.
Exactly, bro. Just reciting civil rights fucking history in the car. He has to deal with fucking Cody.
God damn. So, yeah, we definitely don't want Jay driving. That's for
Oh
sure.
god, no.
I don't want either of them driving, but
hell nah.
If I were to choose one, I guess it'd be Jimmy. But just keep both of them off the wheel. Yeah, man. So he says, I'm being told Naomi and Sasha Banks are off live events through July. There is major heat on Sasha Banks after the walkout, and it is evident, and now it is evident even Naomi has heat. This also isn't the first time Sasha Banks has walked out of WWE. We'll have to see how the situation turns out because they can always come to some agreement, which would see Banks and Naomi return much sooner. Vince
Well,
Russo was supportive of what Banks and Naomi did, other than Dax Harwood and a few other select voices. It seems the majority of people are not on Banks and Naomi's side right now. Check back with Dax Harwood? Really?
yeah, he
I got
showed his support. He was sending out a supporting tweet for Sasha and whatnot.
Oh, okay. The way that was worded,
Oh, you thought that
it,
meant that he didn't?
yeah, I was like, what? I was like,
No, yeah.
okay,
He
that,
he he of course tweeted. It's FTR. They were like fucking great friends in that company.
yeah, I was gonna say what the hell did they call her in Sasha
Boston
Banks?
Hook
The she,
connection.
the She-Vival.
Oh yeah.
That's what FTR used to call them. Yeah, so you know that they're the way that was worded, I was like Dax Harwood doesn't support Sasha Banks. I was like that
No, that's
sounds
the
weird.
word.
Okay, good. Yes, man. So they're pulled from all the live events and yeah, this we kind of knew this was going to happen. Yeah. Kind of knew this was gonna happen, man,
Yeah,
but yeah,
it's
nothing too
WWE.
crazy. Yeah, nothing too crazy being reported there. Um, the next one. Apparently, Sasha Banks has alienated everyone backstage in WWE. She alienated Cody Rhodes. I have a hard time believing that. I have a
Exactly. Come
hard
on.
time believing that she alienated the Usos
No,
and people like that.
the Shields on the roster alienated her. That's
I
what the
have a
fuck's going on.
I especially have a hard time believing that she alienated Mustafa Ali.
Come on, bro.
The
You know
fuck
she didn't
out of here.
alienate those people. It's the
No,
fucking Beckys and shit that are alienating her. Hell, I bet even Charlotte's on her fucking side, and that's
oh,
crazy to think about it
100%.
nowadays.
100%. For all we know, especially especially with Seth coming out the woodworks and showing us that he's actually a human being again, I wouldn't put it past him and Becky being supportive of those two.
They probably are. Seth, definitely. Becky, most likely.
Yeah,
Come on, bro.
I think so, man. Becky, as weird as Becky is, bruh, she still got Dynamite on every Wednesday. That's all I need to
Exactly,
know.
bro. They got that
Um,
shit playing.
yeah, man, but we have exclusively reported that there is a belief. Uh, I'm assuming this means Ringside News. Yes, Ringside News exclusively reported that there is a belief within WWE that Banks manipulated Naomi into leaving with her. We'll get to that next.
The
That
fuck?
being said, there is a ton of heat on the boss and not so much on Naomi, who is sadly lumped into this situation. A member of the creative team said that Sasha is not well liked backstage in WWE at this point, and she has also alienated everyone backstage. On the other hand, we're told Naomi is well liked. This is not the first time Sasha walked up. Oh, yeah, we already read that. So, yes, Sasha Banks is not well liked and has alienated
Yeah,
everyone backstage. I have a
like
really fucking hard time believing that.
Durante just said, Sasha alienated Roman Reigns. That's believable. I
Exactly.
believe all that. Get the fuck out of here, man. God damn it,
Exactly.
bro. She manipulated my Naomi. Bro, Naomi's a full grown adult. You shouldn't
Bruh.
manipulate shit. She feels the same way. Can
And
someone not feel the same way?
and you know what? You know what pisses me off about that? If Sasha Banks is so manipulative,
Then
how
Bailey
come Bailey didn't leave with her when she walked out after their first tag team title run? If she was
exactly.
so manipulative and she was upset because she wasn't being respected as a tag team champion then and they did not get the run that they were promised and she left, if she was so manipulative, why didn't Bailey leave too?
Exactly. Naomi's not a child. She thinks the same way. Just because they don't want to believe she does doesn't mean she doesn't. She believes the same way. She feels cheated. She feels misused. Why and why
Oh
shouldn't?
yeah.
Why wouldn't she? She's
Oh yeah,
underused, even just in singles.
and
What do you
yeah,
expect?
and wait till you hear what they had for her, because we'll get
Literally.
to that after this manipulation story. But
Manipulation.
but bro, Naomi for the longest time has done nothing, and
Literally.
time again, people said, put this woman in the bloodline. If you're not going to do anything with her, put her in the bloodline, because that will open up more opportunities for the group. They're a bigger
Exactly.
group. They could possibly be going up against Judgment Day, the Judgment Day, and that opens up opportunities there, just so you don't create a random fucking group for them. Uh,
Exactly.
I mean, something. I mean, I know that means that Roman's group would just bury a whole nother faction, but that's besides the
I mean,
point.
who would it's not like I'd fucking expect anything different at this point, so fucking
E-
A.
exactly, man. So, to open up more opportunities for Naomi and whatnot, I mean, why wouldn't you do that? Why wouldn't you do
Exactly.
that? What else is she? What is she doing? What was she doing before a tag team with Sasha Banks that was so important that you couldn't put her in a group that makes the most sense for her to join?
Exactly. Like, it doesn't make sense, bro. She didn't manipulate nobody. No one got manipulated. They share the same thoughts on that shit. Most of the women backstage do. They just don't do what Sasha does. You don't think fucking Bailey always thought that with Sasha? You don't think fucking who had those fucking tag titles before that were kind of good?
My
You don't think
goodness,
Asuka and Kari Sane felt that way? You don't think none of them felt that way?
the
Come on, bro.
inspiration.
Inspiration, yeah, God. But like, you don't think people talk like that before? People think like that all the time in this company. They just don't do it. Sasha,
Exactly.
she just does it. That's just Sasha. And usually, it's not manipulation. It's just, you know what? If Sasha's do it, I'm with her. I probably wouldn't do a solo just because, I ain't like that. But if it's with Sasha, shit, I'm in. It's just one of those. Sasha is just a leader like that, where if she's standing up, sure, you're gonna stand up with her. That's
Yep.
just how it is.
Yeah, man. And uh, Sasha Banks and Naomi walked out during the early part of Raw this week because they had a problem with the company's creative direction. At this point, it seems like the most heat is on Sasha Banks, and for good reason. They
What's the
even
good
got
one?
the they even got the dirt sheets writing this shit whack, bruh.
God damn, bro. Why? Ugh, the fuck?
Goddamn. The situation this situation, and we're told that the heat is certainly on Sasha Banks. A tenured member of the creative team confirmed to us Naomi is very popular. For what? For you guys to do nothing with her.
Yeah. You guys just hate Sasha so much. You want to make Naomi look, like you guys love her, just to make Sasha look like a worse person.
Exactly.
Come on.
Exactly, man. We were additionally told that many people feel Naomi was into manipulated by Sasha Banks into walking out. This is a big reason why we've heard Sasha Banks taking a majority of the blame for this situation, while Naomi's name hasn't been dragged too much. It was still very unprofessional to walk out during Raw this week. Vince McMahon was unaware that they left until the women's tag team champions were already out of the building. This 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 caused WWE to change around their main event match, which switched which switched plans for their booking direction for Hell in a Cell, because Naomi was supposed to get the win for the six pack challenge and get a Raw Women's title shot on June 5th at Hell in a Cell.
Bruh.
Naomi is a grown ass woman, bro. Naomi
Exactly.
is a grown ass woman. And is Sasha Banks seen as a villain because she doesn't agree with everything that they tell her to do, and she doesn't say, "Oh, okay, I'll just go and do whatever"? No.
Exactly. Oh,
Yet again, she's at a point in her career where she's fucking stagnant, and you don't think that pisses her off a little bit? You don't think that
exactly.
pisses anybody who loves professional wrestling off? She
Well,
wants to be great. That has always been the
exactly.
thing that nobody can say about Sasha Banks. You can never say she's complacent. You can
No.
never say that about Sasha Banks, man, because her run, her run, she she cares so much about professional wrestling. Whenever her run gets stagnant like this,
She gets annoyed.
I'm sure. Yes, she gets annoyed, and I would too, because the reason she walked out is because I guarantee you, this is what they don't tell you. I guarantee you, she went in there, wanted to change plans, and they just shot her down immediately.
Mm-hmm.
And I guarantee you that just wasn't tonight. Can you imagine how long they've been doing that? Pretty much ever since she lost the belt to Bianca Belair. And if you want to backtrack even further, her whole SmackDown Women's title reign was not it. You don't think that whole time she was pitching ideas that they just shot her down immediately? You don't think over time that upsets her, and now they want her to get pinned by her tag team partner and tease breaking up the group that just got together? And I'm sure she got shot down again.
Exactly.
And she's not supposed to get mad. She's just supposed to fucking take it.
Exactly. Like, what? Bro, that shit just makes no sense. Look at all the people who stand up to the company. Look where they are now. Moxley was the one that was always in Vince McMahon's office looking to change shit. He wasn't fired, but he left because he was frustrated. Bray Wyatt was fired because he did the same thing. And Sasha Banks is in dirt for doing the same thing. It's a pattern here that is very obvious that this company just likes to ignore and pretends like it's always the individual. When history repeats itself like that, it's usually not the people themselves. It's usually the people, I don't know, running the show.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Logan says, "I am here. Welcome."
Yeah, man.
Welcome.
What's up?
Fuck. Yeah, man. And remember how I told you guys this company has no fucking morals, or nobody has a heart in this company? Sasha Banks continues to receive zero support from WWE management after walkout. If Vince McMahon didn't know that they left and that they walked out because of creative difference, if he truly did not know that they were upset, if I'm Vince, CEO of the company, I would have been like, dude, let's figure this out. Like,
exactly.
What the fuck happened? I would have got Sasha and Naomi on the phone the fucking minute I found out. I'm like, yo,
what happened?
What the hell happened? What's going on? You know what I mean? But that obviously is not the case, and they're still getting zero support from management. Yet people say AEW does not have any structure.
Exactly.
At least people in AEW are happy. I mean,
they're allowed to do what they want to do.
Exactly. Whether it's said that they have no structure, we got to fucking remember, people. This is a 3-year company. Tony Khan has never ran a wrestling company. This shit will come with time. You people expect Tony Khan to act like a veteran, 50 plus in the business, Vince McMahon type guy, and his company doesn't have any structure. So why is it being blasted that Tony Khan's company doesn't have any structure? Where's the structure in this company?
Literally. What's going on here? Like, it don't make sense, bro.
Honestly, bro. I mean, people have been giving Tony Khan shit because reports are coming out that AEW has no structure. Where's WWE's structure with that logic?
Exactly.
I mean,
I'd rather have almost no structure than a fucking weird ass, poorly constructed structure. The hell? I'd rather just go out there and do whatever I get to do instead of having to go through this person, having to go through that person, and approved by this person. Fuck that.
Exactly, man. Exactly. I mean, would you rather have no structure, so they say, but with a great TV show and a great product, or would you rather have no structure and your show turns out like shit and 90% of the people are so unhappy, but they're silenced because WWE wants them to be?
Don't make sense.
And that's what WWE expects of them. Well, Sasha Banks continues to receive zero support from WWE management. Where's the fucking structure in that?
Mm-hmm.
Brian Alvarez recently discussed about Sasha Banks' future with WWE on the Wrestling Observer Live. He said that Sasha Banks continues to receive absolutely little help from management in terms of support. There's some stuff going on where management appears to be quite upset about the issue. That's the thing. When they can't realize,
It's
hey,
their fault.
maybe there's a reason she's upset. Maybe there's a little more to this than her just walking out because she doesn't feel respected as a tag team champion. Maybe there's a little more to it than that.
Exactly.
Have you
Like,
fucking thought of that outcome? I
if
mean,
you
come
can't
on now.
handle someone saying that your writing sucks and it needs to be changed, you shouldn't be a writer in any form. Come on.
Yeah. Absolutely, man. He says, there is still almost no support for Sasha. Among management, I can almost say, I can't say 100%, but there is like no support for her from management. Like, there's nothing that has come out or changed or anything like that. I mean, there's actually some stuff happening where I can tell management is very upset about the situation. The response to Sasha Banks from inside WWE shouldn't be surprising at all. If its fans would ever like to see Sasha Banks wrestle in WWE again, they should be concerned about what management thinks. Management will decide. Yeah. Okay, there's another wrestling company, buddy. Management will decide whether to book Sasha Banks or freeze her contract. She might also be fired, but also that's unlikely considering AEW's existence. This is still a developing story.
God, man.
The fans should care about what management thinks if we ever want to see Sasha Banks wrestle again.
Dude, they talk about management like they're the fucking Illuminati from Multiverse of Madness. Like they sit at this council table and have Sasha just look up at them and just discuss what's gonna happen. Like, bro, what? Who cares about fucking John Laurinaitis and fucking Beaver and Nick Khan? Who cares about those idiots, bro? I don't give a shit. This shit don't make sense, bro.
Yeah, bro. The fans need to care what management thinks. Why the fuck do we have to care what management thinks? There's another promotion that
Exactly.
you can
They
absolutely
thrive
go
in.
to.
Mm-hmm.
What was in store for Sasha Banks, you may ask? Well, Sasha Banks walks out.
Oh,
Sasha Banks walks out and nixed a program with Ronda Rousey.
oh man,
Wow.
what an opportunity missed, man.
During the Wrestling Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer noted that WWE's plan for Sasha Banks and Naomi would have seen them get featured stories for the next month. They didn't like those plans, so they decided to walk out. Man, a month worth of stories. Wow.
You get 4 episodes of Raw worth of a story.
And not even, too, because if Hell in a Cell, if that were to happen at Hell in a Cell, Naomi would have got 2-week build, and then we're at Hell in a Cell, 3-week build. And then we're at Hell in a Cell, and then it would have been done.
Exactly, bruh. Come on. Tomorrow,
yeah, man. Dave Meltzer noted that WWE's plan for Banks and Naomi would have seen them get featured in stories for the next month. They didn't like those plans, so the two decided to walk out. Naomi was going to win the six-pack challenge match, and she was actually supposed to pin Sasha to win the match, so they were going to be the last two left. Then Sasha was going to face Ronda Rousey for the SmackDown Women's title at the pay-per-view, and Naomi was going to challenge for the Raw Women's title against Bianca Belair. They were not happy with this because they were going to lose title matches. They wanted to see Vince, and they walked. Oh, see, they wanted to see Vince, and he probably. I mean, if Mox isn't lying, which I don't think he is.
They didn't want to wait 4 hours for the show to end and talk to him.
Exactly, bro. They walked out during the show and put their belts down. Yeah. So, yeah, that's Sasha Banks' big opportunity she walked out on.
Oh man, Ronda Rousey.
It's not like she already faced her before.
Literally.
Not like
It's
we're
not
getting
like
a fresh match up there.
it's not like Ronda Rousey is 10 times worse this time than she was last time. Come on, bruh. No one wants anything to do with fucking Ronda.
Exactly, man. Logan said it perfectly, man. Management should care about what we think. Well,
Not the other
according
way
not to
around.
these fucking people, man. I
No,
guess we should care about what management thinks because,
like we work there.
because if we want to see Sasha Banks in a WWE ring again, which I wouldn't care if I seen her in a WWE ring ever again, to be honest. I want to see
Exactly.
her in a fucking ring where she's respected, not taken as a joke,
Exactly.
and constantly losing while she's a champion. Why do you have titles if the people that are champions lose? What is the
Well,
point of a
what's the
fucking
point?
championship? What is
What's
the
the point
point
of
of it?
everything? Why'd you create it? It don't make sense.
Jesus. And the last story before their contract situations, man. WWE. So let me get this straight. We need to care about what management thinks if we want to see Sasha in the ring again. But WWE won't fire Sasha Banks and Naomi out of fear. They'll sign with AEW.
But AEW's not a threat, though. They're not a threat at all.
But AEW is not a threat, and Sasha Banks is just an entitled brat. So if CM Punk is an entitled brat as well, and you don't
he
care
was
about him because he's just a
AEW's
headache,
problem. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's AEW's headache now. I remember
Where-
that.
where's the headache in that?
Where's the
It's-
headache, bro?
Where is the headache in CM Punk? I'm still trying to
I'm
figure it
trying to
out,
figure
man.
it out. Because all I'm
But
seeing is money.
But if Sasha Banks is such a just menace to this locker room, and if she's such a problem, why are you so scared she's gonna sign with AEW?
Exactly. Come on.
So, while speaking on the Wrestling Observer Radio, Mr. Meltzer talked about Sasha Banks and Naomi's contract situation. He explained that the company would not fire them due to fear. They'll just go to AEW. In other words, we have a fear of alienating our fans from our product even more than we already have because Sasha Banks has a huge fan base. And, we don't want that to happen just because we want to continue to treat her like shit, pretty much. So,
God.
and I quote, man, if it was another time and another place, it's very possible they would have been fired. But it's this time and place. I remember when the Charlotte Flair thing happened with Becky Lynch, and I was talking to people there, and it was kind of like, wow.
Damn.
Triple H's new position in WWE is categorically different from his previous role.
Poor Triple H, man.
I feel so bad for him. Remember how we talked about Nick Khan being the fucking Grim Reaper?
Yep.
Yeah, okay, back to where I was. I remember when the Charlotte Flair thing happened with Becky Lynch, and I was talking to a lot of people there, and it was kind of like, if it was another time in another place, yeah, they would have fired Charlotte Flair for what she did on live TV, screwing up the angle on purpose. But it's like, do you want to send her to AEW? No. And essentially nothing happened, and they don't want to send either of them to AEW. Then you've got the whole Naomi married to Jimmy Uso. It's a waiting game to see what happens next.
So they're really afraid. So if they're afraid Naomi goes there, they'll be afraid the Usos go there. My God, they're just terrified of AEW, aren't they? That's just on their minds 24/7.
I guess, but they're not competition.
They're not competition, though.
Man.
They're far from competition, though.
Yeah.
It's hilarious, bro,
from it.
when the cracks are shown.
It really is, man, and they've been showing for a long time now.
For a long time.
And this goes to prove, man, no matter how much money Nick Khan can earn them, the structure, since we want to talk about structure so much, the structure in WWE is fucking horrible. Seems like nobody's got any. It seems like nobody's got a heart over there. It seems like nobody's got any fucking morals, and it's just a mess. It is just a mess, man. And ridding away somebody like Sasha Banks is the last thing you want to do to your women's division and to your company at this point, because just like Bray Wyatt, WWE fired him over their own ego. Bray Wyatt was selling merch. He was fucking unbelievably popular. Sasha Banks, on the other hand, same situation, man. WWE's firing these people because of their ego. They're not looking at this as, you know what? You are one of our top talents, our top wrestlers, and making us money.
Maybe we should listen to what you say.
Exactly, man. Maybe we should listen to a little bit more of your input and make sure you have a bigger priority here, and make sure you're happy nonetheless. No, they fire these people because their egos are too big for themselves to handle, and it shows tremendously.
Literally.
And with that, Sasha Banks and Naomi's contracts are set to expire soon.
Shit. Well, at least Sasha's definitely. I don't think she's resigning this time.
I don't think so.
Not this time.
I genuinely don't think so, man. Here, let me. I could have swore I had it. Here it is. Okay. Yeah, Sasha Banks and Naomi's contracts set to expire in the next couple of months.
Fuck. That should be nuts, man. Telling you now, double or nothing. Next year, Sasha Banks or Mercedes Bernardo, whatever her name is,
versus
Maki Ito.
Ruby Soho. Versus Nyla Rose.
Oh, good lord. Man, we make a trade. Sasha for Nyla Rose.
Yeah, please.
Oh, fuck.
Kazim Famiyidi, I don't know, I'm gonna just call him Kazim, spoke on the situation with Sasha Banks and Naomi on the latest episode of the Masked Man show with Kaz. There have already been some reports that Naomi's contract is coming up soon. Kaz noted that that as far as he knows, Sasha Banks is in the same position. He says, and I quote, "I did hear that. You know, their contracts were in negotiation for renewals. I don't know how soon it is, but I think Sasha Banks and Naomi's contracts were set to expire within the next 2 months already."
Fuck.
So that's, yeah, bro. That could even be a forbidden door.
Could be,
next
man.
2 months? Well, no, probably all out.
Probably all out. In Tennessee.
But I think Sasha and Naomi's contracts were set to expire within the next 2 months already. So that's another caveat to where it's like, okay, what happens if their contract just run out while they're doing this? I don't know. There's so much unspoken. There's so much unknown within this situation that I don't want to be that person who's just responsible for spewing these things recklessly like people tend to do in the wrestling podcasts. But I'm just saying that I know, and you do with that information what you will.
God damn, man.
Yeah, man.
Sasha's gone, man. She's got to be at this point. Even if she ain't going to AEW, she'll just be in Hollywood. She's got bigger places than WWE to go.
Yeah.
She doesn't need them.
Yeah, I can totally see her. Totally see her going to AEW. She's done that kind of thing before, where she walked out of WWE and she's followed AEW on Twitter, and she's followed Tony Khan, and she's followed these people, man, and it's like, she sees something looming over there, something with that indie spirit, something, and she sees WWE changing, and she doesn't like it, and they seem like they don't really enjoy having her company either. So, I genuinely thought, Yeah, I genuinely thought Sasha was going to be one of those people that just stayed in WWE until she moved over to Hollywood, man, but it
Yeah,
doesn't seem like that's the case.
literally, something happened, I guess, and look at her now, man. Look at her now. So her contract's coming up soon. I can see her leaving. Naomi's, I'm, I'm not completely sure on her. She could shock everybody and leave, but I feel like she might stay around. But Naomi's the only like mystery,
Right. Yeah, it's
just because of
uh
husband and family.
right. Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. Yeah. I don't know. It's kind of a toss up with Naomi. You could see her leaving if she's really been that if she's really upset, and you can also see her resigning just because it just makes the most sense with her husband and stuff like
Family and
that.
shit.
And yeah, and yeah, her family and stuff like that, man. So, yeah, man, Sasha Banks. I don't know, man. I
It's a
genuinely
crazy
think
situation.
I genuinely think she might be gone this time. I
I
think
could
she
see
might
him,
be
man.
gone this time, man. Now I can also see WWE. Apologize. I can also see WWE. Um, yes, I can also see WWE firing her, so she can't appear at All
Yep,
Out.
exactly. So WWE, man, it's always toss up.
Yeah, yeah, for sure, bro, for sure. But yeah, I don't know, man.
Right?
What does this fucking Apple Watch make that goddamn noise? Um, yeah, I don't know. It's a toss up, man. But I genuinely believe that
It's
Sasha Banks
gone.
is done this time.
Definitely, man. I think so.
Uh, yeah, man. So yeah, that's all we got, man. That's all we
Yeah.
got for this episode. Oh, oh man, my back. Yeah, man. That's all we got for this episode, man. Crazy stuff going on. Developing story as usual with some of these
Yep.
bigger stories, man. It's usually always a developing thing, but regardless, should be interesting to see where this goes, man. So with that, yeah, man. Thank you guys yet again for another great edition of the Notorious Heels podcast. Once again, before we go, if you guys have not got your merch, you can now get the official merchandise on Bonfire Man. Link is in the description of this video and is in the link to all my social medias, man. And my handle is right under my face. But yeah, spawnfire.com, man. On the left, you got the base Notorious Hills logo design, and on the right, you got the best kept secret to the IWC Riddler inspired IWC's best kept secret shirt, man. So yes, get those if you guys have not got the chance yet, man. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, it has been always a pleasure for my Johnny Mayhem.
And Sir K.
And that is going to do it for this edition of the Notorious Heels podcast. This has been episode 110 of the podcast, ladies and gentlemen. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And we will see you guys on Monday with Notorious Unscripted. We'll see you guys then.
Peace.